to another edition of Pure Picks. I'm your host, James, and we're here to break down UFC Fight Night Vegas 94, Lemos versus Jandiroba coming up this Saturday. Before I get into the video, if you guys could leave a like, and if you have any comments, and obviously if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to us, and it would really help us push more high quality content and analysis in the future and in the present. Before we get into the fight night breakdown, I did want to recap UFC Denver. Obviously, as a group, as you guys can see, we did not do that well. Minus 3.23 units, minus 36% ROI on the night. Tough heat check moment, guys. I mean, we were on a roll for a month plus, constantly just cashing events, every event. And, we had to run into this heat check eventually. We were probably a little overzealous with some of the plays that we had, a little too much confidence. And we are just like, pulling shots from mid-range, from a half court when we should have been maybe getting some layups or some mid-range shots, 3-pointers. So it's a night that, we won't forget, and, we will remember and fine tune our processes for the future. While we did, go down as a group, minus 3.23 units, I did want to go over some of my personal plays. Overall, for me, for my plays, we're up about a unit or so. So not too bad. My picks were Montel Jackson and Bonfim. The first one, you guys saw what Montel Jackson did. I mean, this guy is bang, bang, gang, gang. Took like 5-10 seconds to take out Damon Blackshear. So much dog action on Damon Blackshear too. I mean, that was such a public dog trap. Glad that we were on the side that was right with Montel Jackson there. I thought he was going to win decision, but I mean, he even proved me wrong. This guy is quick and dangerous, so definitely will keep an eye on that guy going forward. Bonfim, the second leg on our parlay. I think Alex, me, Gerard, we all had Bonfim as a lock at the end of the week, and that's why you guys saw that he was mainly in a lot of parlays, pretty much every single parlay that we had. So glad that we were on that side. I mean, that was an easy win, as you guys watched that decision win. Next play that I had was Nama Yunus. I wish we had her in more plays. I mean, that was such an easy simp trap kind of fade on Tracy Cortez. And when I pick a lady to win a fight, when I pick a women's MMA fight for the last like 2 months or so, man, I've been on fire. So if I pick a woman, just tail it. Nama Yunus, that was an easy win. On the flip side, unfortunately, I paired her with Van, so that was the bad thing about that. Yeah, that was just definitely a fan pick. I mean, even in my analysis in the video from last weekend, the raw notes that I provided to the Pure Picks Pro members, I said that this was going to be a close decision fight. I mean, I personally, after watching it back, I had it 1-1 going to the third round, and even then, it was probably going to be a split loss for us just because of what happened to Van in the third round. Obviously, he got knocked out, so we didn't even need the scorecards there. So in the future, for me at least, in terms of fine-tuning that, I will, kind of push my fandom on the side and not ride with someone that just because I like them, right? And, I'm still a big fan of Josh Van. I think he still has a bright future. But that was a case where we probably should have just stayed away as far as a parlay kind of anchor there. Next play that we had, obviously, was John Silva. I'm telling you guys, this guy has an aura. Fighting nerds, they're like undefeated so far. But yeah, Drew Dober was also kind of an easy fade. This guy just takes way too much damage. He's a very dangerous guy himself, but way too much damage. And John Silva showed you guys that he's a great striker. I mean, this guy was throwing spinning elbows, doing some like Michael Venom Page stuff out there. So yeah, I think that he's a force to be reckoned with at both weight classes. I think he's going to stay at 145, though, because I think that's a better weight class for him. But got to keep an eye on him and the fighting nerds at all times. These guys are going to be undefeated for a bit. I think that I'm not going to fade them until they lose. So, yeah, give me the fighting nerds. Give me John Silva all day. Even though we had a down night, if you guys look at the stats here, we're still up on the year, 11% ROI, 25.43 units up. Straight picks have been cashing 20%, parlays 13%. We're still doing all right here at Pure Picks. I mean, it's been almost a year since we tracked this, coming up in November. So we're going to keep on chugging along, getting more units, and really fine tuning it for this week and the next few weeks as well in the future, right? We want to make sure that we give you guys the locks, the Giga Locks, the best plays, the Pure Picks to be able to cash. So I thought about doing a full card breakdown for this week. And, I think that for this week, I'm going to go with the best bet Giga Lock kind of route. Reason why is, I want to still provide value for the premium members and the Pure Pick Pro members that have, stuck with us for since the inception. I mean, we have a pretty good group going right now. And, every week I provide them raw notes. And if you guys actually track the raw notes that I provide, if you remember, you'll probably be up right now. Especially last week. I mean, I provided a lot of good locks. And, I think that in my commentary on the YouTube analysis, at least in my videos, I've been providing some pretty good analysis and plays. And, I think that for this week, I want to make sure that I give that attention to the Pure Pick Pros members because they deserve it. They've been supporting us since day one. So, yeah, I mean, the Pure Picks Pro membership has also increased to $20 a month. So, I just want to make sure that they're getting that good value, especially with the, kind of price that we're charging now. I still think it's a great value, $20 a month to get some of the best picks in the space, get the analysis, get the raw notes, and really get access to, a lot of stuff that we're providing in the Discord. So if you guys haven't done so already, purepicks.gg, sign up. It's $20 a month. We're also on WHOP payments, WHOP payments. That's another marketplace that we're on. Either way, it'll get you to the Discord and become a Pure Picks Pro member. Now, this week, I did want to do a GigaLock video like I did for UFC 303, I believe, or 304, whatever the one was with Pereira and Prohaska too. That one cashed, obviously, with Jillian Robson and Joe Pyfer. I recommended a 2-unit play on there. And this week, I think I'm recommending another 2-unit bomb here. So let's get to it. The first play that I wanted to go over was Miranda Maverick at minus 200 right now. So right now she's a minus 200, as you guys can see here. And the second one I wanted to do was Mohammed Usman over 2.5 at minus 210 the last time I saw it. Let's do a little quick check right now, minus 210. So let's go ladies first. I like Maverick here. Maverick has only lost to ranked opponents, contenders in the UFC, and has beaten everyone else. And I see Barbosa being in that category of everyone else. Barbosa is coming off a sloppy win against another fighter, making her UFC debut. A fight where the scorecards really couldn't have gone either way. I think that she definitely could have lost that fight. Aside from her judo throws, I just don't see what Barbosa has to offer, to be honest. I think that Maverick has her covered everywhere the fight goes. Maverick should be the cleaner striker here on the feet. I think that she'll also commit enough to the wrestling to just keep Barbosa grounded. Barbosa did look decent early in her last fight, but I rate Maverick's cardio as better, than Barbosa. And Barbosa is also coming in on short notice here. I mean, she's coming in on 2 weeks' notice. This was supposed to be Tracy Cortez that was supposed to fight Maverick. So step down in competition for her. I think Maverick's going to win via decision, but I think the sub there is not out of the question here. She could get the sub here. So give me Maverick via decision. I like her as a parlay piece this week for my GigaLock. Like I mentioned, I mean, I've been picking women pretty right so far. Had Jillian Robinson. We had Rose Namajunas as a lock. Let's cash with Miranda Maverick this week. Second leg in that piece is going to be none other than Mohammed Usman over 2.5 minus 210. The pick actually will be Usman, but I like the value of the over 2.5. And the reason why is I think Usman is just going to cage push this guy against the cage for like 15 minutes or majority of the fight. I mean, he's a much bigger guy than Thomas Petersen, much stronger guy in my opinion. And I know that Thomas Petersen, weighs more, right, 261, but I mean, just look at the density of Mohammed Usman here. This guy's like just a unit. He doesn't have much else. I mean, he's just a really big guy, but I think that he's gonna have enough of an athleticism advantage to just control Thomas Petersen where the fight goes. Usually Usman has been having trouble with guys like Mick Parkin or bigger, kind of more skilled heavyweight than Petersen. But for guys like Zach Pauga, Jake Collier, Jake Collier kind of reminds me of Thomas Petersen in terms of their frame. I mean, I know Thomas Petersen's heavier, obviously, but just in terms of how their physique kind of looks, I gotta think that Usman's gonna, be licking his lips and licking his chops, kind of trying to bully this guy. So I see Usman just cage pushing him for the majority of the fight. It could even be vice versa too, by the way. I mean, let's say that Usman gets tired. I think that Petersen could do the same thing. So I see a lot of cage pushing, see a lot of like failed takedown attempts. And yeah, the majority of the fight's is going to be a snooze fest, but doesn't have to be a snooze fest. If you guys do the over 2.5, make it a parlay piece. That could be something that will cash for you guys. So if you guys put those two legs together, get plus 121. I think I'm recommending a 2-unit bomb here, but do your own research and do what you think is best. But yeah, I think a 2-unit bomb will work for a parlay like this. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you guys see here, let's go back to the Maverick, minus 450. She was at minus 450 at one point, and then she got bet down to minus 200. So I think that's a discount. Obviously, this one over 2.5, I think it's gonna probably just go towards that direction. Maybe this is the top right now, but I think that is going to continue to get more expensive as the week goes on. So yeah, plus 121, 2-unit recommendation there. I highly recommend that play. I think it's a GIGA lock. That'll be it for the breakdown. I mean, I'm going to save the rest of the analysis for the Pure Picks Pros members. Once again, for $20 a month, you guys can join the Discord, get the raw notes that I provide every week, and any analysis that we provide in the Discord, one of the better values in the space. And I'm glad also that we're being tracked by UFC Prediction Tracker. Go check out his channel. It's called UFC Prediction Tracker. I think that's pretty much it. And, we made a solid debut, 7 out of 10 picks right. Solid ROI for the picks that I sent in. So yeah, I'm glad that we're being tracked by Better MMA Tips. Glad that we're being tracked by the UFC Prediction Tracker. Please check out his channel. I think he's doing great work. I think that his channel is gonna blow up, because that is something that is needed in this space, is accountability, and just seeing transparency as well. So other than that, best of luck everybody for this week. I hope everyone cashes. Until next time, we're out.